Welcome back to 25 Days of Coasters. Every day through December 25th, I will be picking one coaster from my top 25 at random and doing a quick review to explain why it made it into my best coasters list. At the end of the month, I will reveal the order when I drop my 2022 top 25 coasters. This is day 2, and the random wheel I spin to pick a coaster decided we will be looking at Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland today. This ride is a mixed bag in terms of enthusiast reception, so I'm really excited to take a look at it. On paper, this coaster is nothing particularly special. It's a B&M Hyper. To an extent, the non-elite Hypers are relatively all the same. First, riders descend a 230-foot lift hill and promptly reach a top speed of 77 miles per hour before immediately rising into a relatively tall airtime hill, simultaneously showing off the main reason to ride a B&M Hyper, that of course being airtime. A standard high off-the-ground hammerhead turn leads into 3 camelbacks that perfectly exemplify the main drawback of this model, the trims. The trims hit so hard on Behemoth that you can literally hear them in the official POV of this ride. Here, listen. These camelbacks do pass right by a lovely body of water, however, which provides some good scenery. This water continues as the layout crosses a small river before rising up into the mid-course. This is where the standard layout gets a little mixed up. The double downward helix that immediately follows the mid-course actually provides a respectable dose of positives, something I essentially never expect from a B&M Hyper going in. From here, some camelbacks deliver a small couple pops of airtime, and the ride concludes with the final brake run. Totaling 5,318 feet of track, this ride is the second longest B&M Hyper in the world. Or 5th, but that's a conversation for a later episode of 25 Days of Coasters. Subscribe for that answer, by the way. There are a few things that I feel like need to be noted about Behemoth. Firstly is something that for sure influences my ranking of this ride, and that's the trains. This specific style of train rivals some of the best trains out there. Clamshell restraints are basically an enthusiast stream restraint, and the awkward 4-rider staggered seating featured on this ride means that the trains are much longer than standard 4 across seating. That extra length really adds an extra shot of airtime in the back row, something you can especially feel on the first drop. I don't usually expect borderline ejector from a 75-degree drop, but Behemoth delivers it anyway. The second thing to mention about this coaster actually doesn't impact my rating per se, but it will definitely keep me from multiple re-rides. The lines for this coaster can get absolutely insane. Canada's Wonderland is the seasonal park with the highest yearly attendance in North America, and though they have 17, soon to be 18 coasters, only 3 to 4 of them are actually what most people would consider good to great coasters. This means that those top tier attractions in this park can and will draw wait times upwards of 2.5 hours on the busiest days. I personally wouldn't wait that long for Behemoth, so I often skip this ride unless I can catch it with a short queue. The last thing to note here is enthusiast reception. This does not influence me at all, to be honest, but I honestly thought it deserved a quick shout out. I've seen a lot of people say that this coaster is top 3 in its model, and I've seen people say that it's mid. And I've also seen some people say that it really isn't good. Behemoth is such a mixed bag of opinions that anything you say can and will disagree with someone else. I cannot pinpoint many other coasters like this, to be honest, so that deserves to be mentioned in my opinion. Like I said, the enthusiast community doesn't sway me here. This was actually my first B&M Hyper I ever rode, and I was a baby enthusiast at the time, so I formed my own opinion before looking into what the general consensus was. I've ridden it since, and that ride just confirmed my original opinion, so I'm confidently going to be giving Behemoth a rating of A. Not A- or A+, just a straight A. I think that's entirely fair, and while some people may be upset that I currently have Skyrush at a lower rating, I have simply had better rides than Behemoth. Have you ridden Behemoth? Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Agree with me, disagree with me, do whatever you have to do. Thank you for riding along with day 2 of 25 Days of Coasters. I'm Josh from Station Wait, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.